Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Lispy. This book that I'm going to talk about today is one that is very near and dear to my heart because I heard about it on Twitter. And if you don't know, I love Twitter. But this one was brought to my attention. Sorry, I don't know what is going on with my lighting right now. All right, there we go. This book was brought to my attention by my lib bestie, Karina, aka Q the Librarian. And she wanted me to read this book with her for Valentine's Day. And I was like, girl, I hate Valentine's Day. I'm not about it. It is not my thing. But let's read a horror story instead. And then we ended up reading this book. Anyway, so I think she just kind of outsmarted me on that one, but don't tell her. Anyway, so this book was super duper cute. It is a debut novel by the author. I heard about it on Twitter, like I said, which I think is really cute because it's about a Twitter war where these two teenagers start a Twitter war between their families, businesses, restaurants, whatever you want to call them. And one of them is being accused of stealing the other's recipe. And so they start a Twitter war, kind of like go into war for their family. And it's super duper cute, but they don't know who each other is. And then, of course, it's a romance and it's called Tweet Cute. So in the end, some people come together. And if you don't know by now what I'm hinting at, get with it. Anyway, so this is Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. I wish I could undress it for you because it's so pretty, but it's a library book in my library. But you can see how pretty that cover is. It is beautiful. This is one of the prettiest and cutest covers that I think goes so well with the book that I've seen in a really long time. So it's these two. It's about Pepper and Jack. Pepper's real name is Patricia. Comes up later. It's not a spoiler. And Pepper's family own a burger company, and she lives in New York with her mom, who is recently divorced. And then Jack is the son of obviously a family who run a deli in New York. And theirs is a very family mom and pop shop. And they have this amazing grilled cheese called the Grandma Belly Special. And they find out that the new grilled cheese that really big burger, I think it's called, sorry, that Big League Burger has just released that they're going to do this grilled cheese and it has the same ingredients as Jack's family's restaurant. And so they lose their minds and they start a Twitter war. It's super cute because it's about Twitter and I heard about it on Twitter and oh my God, I love things like that. But anyway, so they start this Twitter war. They don't know who each other is. But Jack also starts this app called Weasel with a Z. And it's meant to be like Pop Goes the Weasel. So it starts as anonymous. And then if you start chatting with someone in a private chat, then the longer you go on chatting, then the app will slowly reveal, or not slowly, but out of nowhere, kind of like pop goes the weasel, will reveal who the two people are to each other. But since Jack made the app, he can stop it. So Jack is someone called, I'm not going to tell you because I want you to read it, and that's a spoiler. Jack has his own identity in the app, right? And Pepper has her own identity in the app. Everyone has their own. And Pepper and Jack end up talking to these people in the apps, but they don't know who the other are. They have code names, they're animal names. And so Jack ends up talking to someone in the app named Bluebird. Shit, was that a spoiler? I'm so sorry. Either way, no, it's not a spoiler. Jack ends up talking to someone in the app named Bluebird. And they don't really develop a crush, but they have this relationship and they're used to talking to each other a lot. And so since he made the app, has erased that little bit of code so that it never reveals who Bluebird is to him. So the person who Bluebird is, also doesn't know and probably will never find out. The rest of the school, meanwhile, is finding out who each other are. They're starting real relationships in real life. They're becoming friends. They're making study groups. Like, it is super cool the way the app's bringing people together. But because everyone has, their second guesses and their opinions on social media and anonymous apps, the school wants to ban the app. And so Jack gets in trouble when they find out that he made it. Anyway, so as the book goes on, the Twitter war just gets more and more intense to where Pepper isn't concentrating on school. Jack's family is like, this is going too far. You're doing this too much. And it just becomes a lot for the two of them. And they're both kind of like being crushed under the pressure of their families. And so they both have to figure out how are they going to manage this while being at a super elite private school where they're trying to keep their grades up. They're also on the swim team. They've both got family things going on. It is really, really intense, but it's so, so good. I honestly loved it. It was really, really fun. Pepper is also a baker, and she and her sister have a blog that's anonymous called P&P Bake, where they make really, really cool desserts and give them really cool names. So they have this thing called a monster cake, and it's made of like a million different junk foods put into one, and it's supposedly amazing. And I'm really upset that Emma Lord didn't give us the recipe to it because I would really like to make it. Hint, hint, Emma Lord. Anyway, they have something called So Sorry Brownies or Blondies, I'm sorry, sex positive desserts because the sister took a feminism course in college. It's really, really cool. And I really wish that we could know about all the other ones and like have the recipes. So, Emma Lord, maybe you could get on that because that'd be great. Anyway, so she kind of stress bakes and puts her feelings into baking, and that comes into play a lot. And Jack kind of has to decide, does he want to continue? Also, he's a twin and he thinks his twin is the golden boy. Does he want to continue working in the family's deli after graduation because he feels like his family is pressuring him into becoming this person that's going to run the deli instead of going to college like he thinks his twin will? So there's that. They both have these weird familial things going on, but they don't pay attention as to how their family is responding to them. And so that's something to keep in mind as you're reading it. But it was so, so good, adorable, a super fun, good hearted romance with just some really good themes in it that I really liked. I bought it for my middle school library because there's nothing really in it that is inappropriate. There's not really any vulgarity. There's nothing that I'd be like, oh, I don't think that should be in my library. It is great. And while the two and most of the characters are in high school and I'm in a middle school library, I think that a lot of the themes and the way the kids feel are very relevant and the kids can relate to. So that is my review. I really hope you read this book. It is super duper cute. Again, I love it. And maybe Emma Lord, if you watch this, could you maybe give us the recipes for the monster cake? Maybe, please, please, please. Anyway, I hope you read it. Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. Bye, y'all.